During last night's game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Seattle Kraken, things would get a little chippy out there. The Kraken walked all over the Habs, outshooting them 41-21, outscoring them 4-zip. It wasn't pretty at all, but in the midst of all this, I don't know what happened to Jake Evans during the first intermission, but he would come out to start the second period like he was possessed by the devil or something. Okay, his tiger just gets out of the cage and it all would start during his first shift of the second period. He was just hitting everything that moved, even Jamie Oleksiak, which is probably not a good bear to poke at this point. Then he got into this little stick swinging incident right after a whistle, but nothing too out of the norm just yet. Now fast forward to the end of the second period, the Kraken are on a power play, and we got Daniel Sprang just digging away at the puck in front of Samuel Montembeault, which I mean is completely fine. The man's doing his job, but Jake Evans just comes in and just goes right for Mankind's finishing move back in the day. He gets him in the mandible claw and it was terrifying. Now Sprang would go down pretty hard. He doesn't like it. I mean, nor should he. He shouldn't have to be putting up with stuff like this during hockey now at his age of what, 45? Oh. Anyway, but listen, the moral of the story here is Jake Evans has completely lost his mind. Now let's move into the third period, and this is where we get Arbor Jacki kinda getting a little more involved. He steps up and hits Gord along the wall, then he finishes a second chick, boom! And a few seconds after the very next face-off, we got Gord entering the Habs zone to seek a little bit of revenge on Arbor Jacki. Because that's just Gord's game, okay? He's a walking carpet burn out there. He goes for the big hit, bounces off Jacki, falls down, Gord doesn't like it at all. They have a few choice words and Gord wisely skates away. And just when it felt like both teams were just gonna shut this one down and play out the remainder of the game, Yoel Armia, who's been like a chameleon out there the last couple of games, he's looked like Gretzky. This game, he decides to pull off a little Dave Semenko. Catches Vince Dunn with a bit of a dangerous hit behind the Kraken net. Now I know a lot of people are going to get annoyed when I say this, but maybe it would help if players stop turning their back at the last minute like that. Jeez. Anyway, Dunn goes down hard, he'd be fine. Gord grabs a hold of Armia, and wait, somehow, I just don't know how this would even started, but when the camera cuts to Jake Evans, he's got his gloves off with Donato. Mostly harmless, they're like a couple of kitten siblings going at it. They fall down to the ice, and again, Jake Evans, what was this guy's deal last night? Let me know in the comment section, wrong answers only. Be creative. Vince Dunn would also appear to be okay after this Yoel Armia hit, but there's no denying he was acting kinda strange. The Kraken absolutely pummeled the Habs in this one, but you gotta love it when guys like Jake Evans just randomly come out and play with fire like that, show their frustration on the ice, rather than pout about it to the media later. I also thought Slavkovsky played one of his best games during the season. He didn't get a point, but I thought he looked wicked. And one last thing about a Kraken player, Yanni Gord. This guy, I'm telling you, is a hockey player. Alright, I've got nothing but respect for him. He battled his way into the NHL. Every time I see him, he's noticeable, and he's just a good story. But I'm gonna end it right there. Don't forget to slap the like button across the face before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time.